Good morning everybody, it's Maria here. Okay, today's project is this Gatefold shutter card. And I have made this card yesterday and posted it on my Instagram account, and I received some comments to show how I made this card. I am going to do this tutorial for you, and this is how it looks like. I'm just going to show you real quick. It has a belly band to kind of hold the card shut. So you slide the belly band, and then when you open the card, it looks like this. It has your secret message, and then when you close it, it goes like that. And when I watched her video, I just had to make this card because it's so beautiful and unique, and I thought that I would show you guys how to make it. Mine is a lot simpler than Franz Martin's videos, so if you guys are interested to see how I made this card, then please keep watching. So the materials that we're going to need is your card base is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and then score at 2 1/8 by 6 3/8. But if you don't have a scoring tool, all you can do is just cut your card base like this, and then just try to fold it like so to create your gatefold. But it's important to have either a ruler and a scoring tool or your scoring board, because to get a precise fold, then you will need that. So that's our card base. And then for the middle piece, we are going to need a basic black that is cut at 3 by 5.5, and then the designer series paper. This is Modern Medley from Stampin' Up, and this is cut at 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Going to create this middle piece right here. And for the shutter, this designer series paper, that's gonna cover here like so. This is cut, you need 2 pieces of these, and you need to cut it 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. And then the last piece that you'll need is another basic black. You need 2 pieces cut at 3.5 by 4 inches. And this is what's going to create your shutter inside. That's going to close and open like so. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And of course, for the belly band, you just need 1 inch by 11, and this is what's going to wrap on your card. So let's get started. So you need to get your scoreboard and your scoring tool. I have my stylus here from Stampin' Up. So you need your card base, which is cut at 8.5 inches long by 5.5 inches wide. So on the 8.5 side, you need to score it on, I already scored this, but just to show you, you need to score it at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. 6 3/8. And then when you fold this, you have to reinforce your folds with your bone folder just to get a precise fold. And so when you fold it, it just folds perfectly like so. And if you don't have a scoring tool or a scoring board, then all you have to do is cut your paper and then try to fold it using a bone folder, just so you can create a clean fold. So once you have your card base, I'd like to decorate the outside piece already. So you're gonna get your DSP that is cut at 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. And you need your ATG gun or your glue to adhere both pieces on the outside of your card. So now our outside piece is decorated. We're going to do the inside part. You will need your shutter piece cut at 3.5 by 4. And so on the 4 inches side, you actually need to find the center, and you will need your pencil to mark the center of your So since this is 3.5 by 4, then the middle piece is actually on, let's see now, the middle piece for this one is 1 3/4. Yes, 1 3/4. So you'll find your 1 3/4 from here, and then basically all you have to do is find the middle of this cardstock, which I've done already here since I made one already. So what you need to do is just find the center of your card and just mark it like so. I know it's hard to see since this is black on black, but all you have to do is find the middle of your card and then cut it to create that fishtail. And then once you have one piece, all you have to do is get your other piece that matches it and then just cut it so it's perfectly aligned. And then all we need to do is either fold this at 1/2 inch or get your scoring tool again. Just going to score this at 1/2 inch. And this is the one that's going to adhere, so fold it since you just scored it on your that's the one that's going to create your shutter. See that? What I would like to do is actually find the middle of the card, like what I'm doing here right now, and just make sure that you don't have one top piece and the other at the bottom. You just need to make sure that it's completely aligned. Okay, and I'd like to do this part first before I put my top piece, just so I know for sure that it's perfectly aligned. So what I'm doing here right now is, do you see this score line right here? We are just going to put this piece right before the score line folds, like so. So that's what I'm doing here. Just you have to like put this before the score line, so when you fold it, it's not going to block your folds. So I'm basically just lining up my shutter and finding the middle of my card, and then just basically, and then so this I'm gonna try to fold like this because it's gonna go like that, and then this I will fold like so. So again, I'm just trying to line it up and finding the middle. Making sure that it's before your score line. And now that it's perfectly aligned, we are going to put our glue just on the score line. Like so. And that's what's going to do the shutter space. Like that. Now all you have to do is set this aside for now, and I'm going to adhere both the designer series paper and the basic black cardstock together, which I'm going to do now. And then we are going to get our circle framelits, or if you have your circle punch, you can do so by punching a hole right in the middle of this cardstock, but I don't have a large circle punch, so I'm using my circle framelits. So I'm gonna run this through my Big Shot and I'll be right back. Now that I've run it through my Big Shot, this is how it looks like. And we are just going to use our Stampin' Dimensionals just to give this a little lift. And this is what's going to shut and hold the shutter piece of your card. So all you have to do is line it up and put it right in the middle of your card, like so. Just find the middle. Make sure it's perfectly aligned. So, see, it's just easier to align your card when you do the shutter part first rather than putting the middle piece and then figuring out the shutter part later. It's just easier for me to do it this way. That's why I did it. And so it closes like that. When you open it, you can see your sentiment, and it's actually perfectly shaped in the middle of your card. It's like a diamond shape. So it's just better to do it that way for me. France did it like she put the middle piece first, and then she figured out and she put the last pieces of the shutter, well, she put it last, but I'd like to do the shutter piece first and then put the middle piece last. And then it just folds perfectly like so. I mean, you don't even need a belly band if you don't want to. It just, you know, folds perfectly. And then for the sentiment inside, you just need to make sure that your sentiment fits on that spot right there on your shutter. And for this one, I use the word love you. Anyway, I use the sentiment love you for this. And I'm using this stamp set called Express Yourself, and I am using the word thank you. So I already put it on my acrylic block, and I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black. We're just going to stamp our sentiment right in the middle of our shutter, right there. Just make sure that you have ink in there, and then make sure that it's nicely aligned, and then right in the middle, and then stamp. There you go. Now it shows. So when you close it and then open it slowly like so, now you have your sentiment there. Isn't that cute? Oh, I just love this card. It's just so simple and elegant. It's so easy to do. And I thought that this is really unique. So, and then all we have to do now is decorate our card. If you would like to use, like I did over here with my card, I used the strawberry slush to match the love you sentiment there. I also used the strawberry slush there. So if you would like to decorate your inside piece now's the time to do it. And so I think I'm going to make this just plain black. So we are going to decorate the inside part of our card now, like I did over here on this one, but I am going to use just black and very vanilla. So for these tiny pieces right here, I used the Boho Blossom Punch, and I used this one right there. And then for the tiny flowers for this, I used the Itty Bitty Punch from Stampin' Up! And of course this is retiring, so if you would like to get this, you should get them before they retire. And I'm just going to put together the flower using my mini glue dots, and I'll be right back. Now that I've adhered the tiny flowers like so, I think it just needs a little bit more of the cuteness factor, so I'm going to use my Stampin' Up! Rhinestones. It's not pure white, so I really like that look, and I think it's just so classy. And so when you fold it, it looks like that. And then of course for the belly band, as I said, this is like 1 inch wide by 11 inches long, and all you have to do is just fold your card and put your belly band like so, and then fold it at the back. I mean, you don't need to score this, you just need to like make sure that it's folded nicely. And then once you get that, all you need to do is just put a tiny glue dot right in there to just close your belly band. And don't make it too tight so it still slides in and out of your card. And now that we've got the belly band like so, we're going to decorate our belly band with another flower. I'm using the Pansy Punch. This is going to be one of my giveaways in July, so stay tuned for that. So I punched out that very vanilla using the Pansy Punch like so. And then for the middle piece, I'm using this Petite Petals Punch, which is going to be available on June 2nd on Stampin' Up! Website. So I'm just going to punch out one piece, and that's what's going to go there. And then we're just going to use a bigger rhinestone for that. I'm just going to use my mini glue dot again just to put a glue dot. I mean, you can actually use your bone folder and try to make the petals stand out a little bit, but I'm just going to use my fingers for time's sake right now. And I already put the mini glue dot there, and I'm just putting it right in the middle of the card. Isn't that amazingly cute? I think this card is so pretty. It's just so simple and yet so elegant. And when you slide this belly band right here, you have your sentiment. There's our card for today, our Gatefold shutter card. So amazingly cute and very simple to make. And whoever is getting this card will go, wow, you really put a lot of effort. Even though it's easy, they would think that you put a lot of effort to make this card very, very beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I hope it was easy for you to follow. I really like my tutorials to be easy. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on my next project. Bye for now.